the end of that.
Careful, stranger. Almost mistook you for one of those damn lurkers. I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate a piercing 308 round in your skull. Bravo, young lad. What gave it away? Is it my obvious hunting gear and trophy outfit? Or perhaps the fact I stand in the middle of this forsaken and infested lake? Because that's my job, son. Anything that lives in the water is my prey. Marleks, swimplurks, croaters, call them like you want. Been taking care of those species crustaceans for nearly 35 years. No indeed, the water is too clean. Only lake lurks to hunt here. Bastards are endemic on the other side of the Colorado. The wonder is they migrated here as well. Even the Legion is all too happy to hire me to perform some pest control deep in their lands. Pretty much. Still would prefer to deal with my rooks if I had the choice. Lake lurks may not have tough shells, but the screech is enough to make a grown Brahmin titubate. Not to mention, those fuckers are smart, way too much for my taste. Meat is for starters, youngster. I'm into pest control and poaching to gain some more caps. Got contracts from the NCR, sometimes Legion. This time, Border City hired me to take care of the lurkers ruining the waters. Of course, I'm the only one here capable of extracting the color meat of the dead lake lurks. Given how delicious lake lurk fillet can taste, the families and others are usually ready to throw 3-digit caps in exchange of the main ingredient. Which is the color meat if you didn't understood. The phone also makes use of my services, either for ads or seeded specimens for the arena. Ah, quite clever, aren't you? Say kiddo, I'm old. Was thinking to take this last show, then retire to Boulder City for good. It's all fun and games to roll in the swamps and rivers for 35 years, but I don't want to end my career in the stomach of some smart scrap. Felt about blasting my lost share of lurks, find a suitable successor to continue the legacy, then quit for good. First, never found someone capable enough to follow in my footsteps. Would like to retire with a successor taking the lead. Secondly, the lake lurk infestation is a bit more complicated to handle than expected. See, back in my birthplace, far east, lake lurks often live on their own as the sort of mutant basses or turtles these fucks are supposed to be. They usually coexist with colonies of marlurks and take the ascendant as sort of colony leaders. These mean you have to blow the head of this single leading lurker, and the crabs will scatter for good. Exactly. The water's too clean, too fresh. No damn mud crab ever evolved here at Lake Mead. These mean the lake lurks never had crabs to boss around, so they banded and stuck together. Which means that the hive is under the lead of something way stronger than expected. Perhaps an evolved lake lurk queen, or worse. If I was 20 again, I would hunt this thing in a heartbeat. But given my age, I only risk ending my career in the most miserable way. An interesting proposal. Should you succeed, I could offer to make you my successor. Which would mean I could retire after passing down my old armor to you, alongside my secret hunting methods. I'm sure you will make a fortune by selling lake lurk color meat to New Vegas citizens. I got something interesting while prowling surrounding radio signals. Seems like the NCR found something nasty under Camp Guardian. Considering the caves below are connected to the lake, I imagine the lake lurk hive is nesting there. Here, I will mark the coordinates on your big boy. If you find what leads the colony, kills it, and bring me some proof. We will discuss about the reward once it's done. Yeah? Everything is in your hands. Prove me you have the guts to be my successor. Really? Interesting. I expected anything but another Leclerc twivel that fall only to control its other preference. I suppose you have indeed proven worthy to be named my successor, with all the advantages this implicates. Here's my old faithful combat armor and helmet. Take care of them, they did the job for 35 years without faults. Inside the podrons is written the right way to cut Leclerc flesh to extract the color meat without damaging it. I guess for now you will have to wear their armor when working with the flesh in order to read the writings, until you memorize them, of course. I can take my retirement now, at last. Farewell, courier. I hope to hear from my new successor from time to time.